Dear learners, how are you getting on? I am Mohammad Hussain again sitting before you today. This is a new types of class you are going to enjoy. Dear learners, the situation of the world is absolutely different nowadays. We are experiencing a dangerous condition, I think. Social distance is still maintained among us, I think. We cannot do our duties, we cannot perform our responsibilities according to the routine, I think, as we did in our early days of life. What has happened to the world? The world is passing a great crisis, I think. Why? How can we continue our job? I think how can we make the world peaceful? What should we do and what we should not do? I have sit here. I think come before the camera just to tell you something about it. Dear learners, I am an English teacher of a college. In my college, I would enjoy the class together with the students of mine in the classroom. In the classroom, what would happen? In the classroom, the students were physically present in the classroom and we were also present in the classroom. There, a mutual happening, a reciprocal happening was happened, I think, in that time when we were physically in the classroom. But unfortunately, and I can tell you that I enjoyed the class very much. I think I always thought to go to classroom and pass time together with the students of mine. Students were also eagerly waiting for me when I would go to the classroom and start the class, I think. That was the thing, and it has been happening since 2000. For long 20 years I have been teaching English in the classroom, but in this year, in 2020, what do you see? I can't go to the classroom. I don't get my favorite students before me. I can't enjoy the class together with the students of mine in the classroom. For this reason, the Ministry of Education has decided and given us the information, given us the direction, instruction that we would take the class online. For this reason, we have started taking class online. Looking at the mobile set only, we have to talk. The students are not physically before us. For this reason, they cannot ask any question to us and we cannot answer them. The classroom situation that was so much vivified once upon a time, we are pathetically missing that situation. However, according to the direction of the Education Ministry, we have started conducting class with the students in Facebook Live, I think. When I was doing so, in the meantime, a thinking has crossed my mind. The thinking is that as I am an experienced teacher, I have been teaching English for over 20 years. I have thought that this thinking has crossed my mind that I can do something for the millions of students who are using, I think, mobile phone, who are using Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, I think. I can do something for the students, for the learners. I firmly believe that a true human being, a man with humanity, has been created by the Almighty Allah only to do something better for the other human being, not for himself or herself. I think I have not I have not been born only to do something for me only. I have been born for doing something for the betterment of the other people, of our society, of our country, of the world. I think thinking about my responsibility, I have decided to start a channel in YouTube. I think through this channel, whatever good I bear, I want to share it with the people of the world. I think whatever bad I think I consider, whatever thing I consider bad, I like to tell other people so that they also think that this is bad. They should refrain themselves from doing that bad things, I think. In a word, I want to spread the good things, and I want to, I think, discourage the bad things. As I know, you know all, I think, we can do it using technology. We can spread the good, and we can discourage the bad using technology automatically, very easily. Thinking such types of thinking, having such types of thinking, I have decided to start the channel. Through the channel, I will try with my utmost sincerity to do something for the learners across the world, those who want to learn English language. I think, as I am a teacher in the Department of English. At the same time, what I want to do is that I consider myself as a religious-minded personality. My two favorite subjects are English language and religion, ethical study, I think. You everybody know the Steve Jobs, I think, name of Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple. In his famous speech, he told that a person, if he does his favorite job, he will get enjoyment from doing job. At the same time, the chance of his success is greater here, I think. You everybody know that whatever interests you, if you do it, you will get enjoyment in doing that, and you may be successful in doing that, I think. From this point of view, from this point of view, I have I have discovered that my two favorite subjects are English language teaching and ethical study, religious study. So I have decided to exercise these two things, two favorite things of mine, and spread whatever I bear among the learners of the world, especially the learners of Bangladesh. Most of the learners in Bangladesh are suffering from Anglophobia. You know that they are afraid of English. They think that English is a very, very difficult subject for them, and for this reason they want to keep themselves aloof from English. I, Muhammad Lukman Hussain, I know, and those who are, I think, good at English, they all know that English is not a subject to be afraid of, I think. English is not a subject to be frightened. This is an easy subject. This is a comfortable subject, I think. Very interesting thing, subject indeed. English language, I feel, when I learn English, when I teach English, it seems to me that I am drinking juice in a hot atmosphere, I think. You can imagine a day when the temperature is 40 degrees up. You are thirsty, very much thirsty. What do you need then? You need a glass of cold water or 2 glasses of cold water, I think. English is, I think, like a cold water to me in a hot day. This is very, very sweet language, I think. The rules of English grammar are very much, I think, mathematical, very much logical, very much easy to understand, I think. What we, the teachers in the Department of English, should do now is that we have to shake off the, I think, tensed situation, the frightening situation which is prevailing among the minds of the learners. Thinking all this, I have decided to teach English, to exercise English on its on its basic point, I think. I want to teach the basic English. If the basic English is clear to the learners, they will be able to exercise English, exercise the language easily and comfortably. I'm sure that I'm able to convince you the point what I want to tell. Dear learners, I have told 3 things. First one is that I have told you whatever good I bear, I want to speed it. The second one is that whatever bad I think bad, I want to inform others that this is bad, you must not do it. The third thing, that I want to remove the frightening condition prevailing in the learners regarding English. I want to assure the learners, especially the learners of English language, that English is not a tough subject. This is not a complicated subject. There is no complexity in English. Everything regarding English is very interesting, very welcoming, and very nice, very comfortable. From these 3 points of view, I have started the channel. The name of the channel is, the name of the channel is Lukman's Basic English Learning Center. This is a very big name, I think. Don't be disgusted, I think. Don't feel annoyed. Lukman's Basic English Learning Center. Dear learners, here I will discuss the basic grammatical point of English. I'm enthusiastically believing that this channel will help the learners who will follow the classes provided by me in the channel with complete concentration and super attention, dear learners. Another thing I want to tell you today, I always bear a thinking in my mind that we must not be separated, I think. We all people of the world, all the animals of the world should have fellow feelings to each other, I think, to one another. I strongly believe that all types of discrimination, all types of segregation, all types of, I think, separation should be stopped as early as possible. For this reason, when in CNN, BBC or in other channels, I was watching and listening the speech of president candidates of the USA, especially two candidates, Joe Biden and Donald Trump. When I listened to the speech of Donald Trump, I became very sad because I thought that a leader must not be so. A leader must not encourage discrimination. A leader must not encourage segregation and separation, I think. A leader must find out the points, common points among the people of the world and people of his country, and he should try his best to unite the people of the country so that all people help one another and do something for each other, for one another, and doing such things they can lead a happy social life. But Donald Trump was delivering his speech, fueling the fire of discrimination, I think. I strongly hated it. Then, when I listened to the speech of Joe Biden, another candidate, I welcome his speech because he was speaking all time for the unity of the humanity, I think. He assured the Muslims living in the USA. He assured the black Africans living in the USA. At the same time, he did not discourage the white people living in the USA. What he uttered in his speech, the summary of his speech was that he favored humanity. He favored unity. He hated discrimination. He hated separation. And this thing charmed me very much. I was praying to the Almighty so that Donald Trump, the point of view what is carried by Donald Trump should be defeated, and the point of view the point of the thinking of the I think spirit of Joe Biden would win. I pray to the Almighty for the victory of Joe Biden, for the victory of unity, for the victory of humanity, and for the defeat of discrimination, for the defeat of Donald Trump indeed. I was very much happy to see that the people of the USA could understand that segregation, separation and discrimination cannot bring happiness. Unity, humanity, fraternity, equality can bring happiness. For this reason, they voted Joe Biden and he won. This is a new era which is going to be started again. I like the personality of Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada. Why do you like? You can ask me. I like him because he also hates discrimination. He also loves unification. He also loves humanity. He also loves unity. He also loves liberty. He also loves fraternity. What has happened to the President of France, Emmanuel Macron? What have you seen? What was his position? Did he take position in favor of humanity? No, absolutely not. What he did was absolutely, I think, hated by the people across the world, I think. You everybody know Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the last and the most revered prophet of Islam. People, especially the Muslims across the world, love him very much. But what Mr. Macron did was absolutely against humanity, against the goodwill of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I think. Here I can say you about a poem written by Robert Browning. Robert Browning told in a poem that imagine there is a hill before you. Standing before the hill, if you friends all together you say that Mr. Hill, you are not the hill, you are a level field. Will the hill become a level field if you say this is not a hill? Absolutely not. The hill will remain the hill. Such types of hilly personality, is carried by Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, if Emmanuel Macron, if some other notorious leaders of the world say that Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not a famous one, is not a good personality, that will not do anything to the personality of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He will remain as the hilly personality, the most influential personality across the world. I hate the thinking, the opinion of Emmanuel Macron, and I pray to the Almighty for him so that he will keep patient and never utter such types of words. Never hurt the Muhammad lovers across the world, I think. Not only to the Muslims, but also to the people of humanity, people with kindness, I think. Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is revered, is honored. So, another thing which touched my mind, that was, you everybody know, in New Zealand, what happened in Christchurch. A terrorist attacked in mosque and killed many Muslims there. But the leader in New Zealand, what did she do? Jacinda Ardern, she came to the Muslims wearing burqa, assured the Muslims that you, the Muslims living in New Zealand, never be frightened, that I will punish the criminal and I will, of course, try my best to ensure a peaceful condition for you. The Muslims living in New Zealand were assured by the speech of the leader, and they are living there peacefully with the people of other religions. What you can't do is that, my dear listener, the audience who is now listening my speech, You cannot kill all the Muslims of the world. You cannot kill all the Hindus of the world. You cannot kill all the Christians of the world. You cannot, I think, remove all the differences of religion, all the differences of colors, all the differences of behavior that we carry. But you can say everybody, you can urge everybody that with a human being, we should have humanity, we should have kindness, we should have sympathy, we must remain helpful to one another, and through doing so, although we are different in color, different in religion, we can be united in one point that we all are human beings and we must remain helpful to one another. What path was showed by the previous leaders of the world? What did we see? In India, Mahatma Gandhi. In South Africa, Nelson Mandela. What did Mother Teresa do? What did Mother Teresa do? How have they become famous in the world history? What did they do? They did everything. They sacrificed their life for the sake of humanity, for the betterment of the people of the world. So, my request to you all is that never follow the path of Donald Trump. He is a terrorist indeed, I think. Never follow the path of, I think, a blind religious-minded personality. The person who are blindly supporting a religion and hating the other people belonging to other religions. Never follow their path, I think. Always try to be liberal, always try to be sympathetic, always try to be a person of humanity, always support the candidates who says about equality, liberty and fraternity. I love Joe Biden. I love Jacinda Ardern. I love Justin Trudeau. I love Mahatma Gandhi. I love, other humanity. I love great South African leader Nelson Mandela. I love Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I have gone through the autobiography of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam many times. I have never got any fault in his life. He is a faultless personality, followable personality. He can be the idol. Following him, we can establish peace and prosperity in the world. In his whole life, what he did is sacrifice after sacrifice. He never thought about himself. He was keeping hungry day after day, but he did not go to anybody for getting any help, getting any food. But whenever he heard about the hunger of anybody else, if he had any food with him, he gave the food to the hungry person. Wherever the problem were, he went there to solve the problem. If he saw some people quarreling, what did he do? He went there and tried his best to bring reconciliation among the quarreling personalities. He always provided food to the hungry people. He always brought reconciliation among the quarrelsome people, and he always did everything for the, I think, betterment of humanity. I cannot finish praising his personality in a word. So, my request to you all is that never follow the path of the destructive personality, destructive leader. Always follow the path of those who are honest, sincere, and who love, I think, people, irrespective of their caste, creed, and religion, I think. Last of all, my dear learners, I want to share with you that as I have taken a new step to teach English and to spread ethical points among the people who will follow me, please pray for me to the Almighty Allah, so that I will be able, I can be able to do my job with utmost sincerity. Thank you very much. Thank you all. I will come with a new class within a very short time. Presently, I have decided to take a class on subordinate clause and its classification. Then I will tell you about simple component, complex and transformational sentence. Keep well, everybody. Assalamu alaikum.